Hi guys, Tracy here. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but you still feel mid? Like you're sleeping, you're eating, but your brain feels like it's trapped in a thick, heavy fog. Today, I want to have talk about why skipping a meal might actually be the most productive thing you do all day. We're going to talk about testosterone, growth hormone, and why your cells might currently be wearing noise-canceling headphones that are blocking out all your energy. Did you know that the average person today eats 15 to 16 times a day? I'm not just talking about big meals. I'm talking about that handful of nuts, that sip of soda, that tiny bite of a cookie. Every single time you do that, your insulin spikes. Research shows that. Hi guys, Tracy here. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but you still feel mid? Like you're sleeping, you're eating, but your brain feels like it's trapped in a thick, heavy fog. Today, I want to have talk about why skipping a meal might actually be the most productive thing you do all day. We're going to talk about testosterone, growth hormone, and why your cells might currently be wearing noise-canceling headphones that are blocking out all your energy. Did you know that the average person today eats 15 to 16 times a day? I'm not just talking about big meals. I'm talking about that handful of nuts, that sip of soda, that tiny bite of a cookie. Every single time you do that, your insulin spikes. Research shows that for many of us, our insulin levels stay elevated for 20 out of 24 hours a day. That's exhausting for your body. Think of insulin as a loud, annoying, static noise. If you eat all day, that static never stops. Eventually, the static gets so loud that your cells, the listeners, can't hear the music anymore. The music is your testosterone. In a study over 2,000 men, researchers found a direct link between high insulin and low testosterone. When the static goes up, the music goes down. It's a biological law. Fasting is the act of turning off the static. When you stop eating for a while, the insulin drops, the room gets quiet, and suddenly your cells take off those headphones. They hear the music again. They become hypersensitive. You don't even need more music. You just need to be able to hear the song that's already playing. I want to tell you a story about a friend of mine. Let's call him Mark. Mark was the perfect fitness guy. He ate 6 times a day because a guru told him his metabolism would die if he didn't. But Mark was exhausted. His blood tests showed his testosterone was in the bottom 25% for his age group. He was only 26 years old. When Mark started intermittent fasting, the first week was, well, it was rough. But I told him, Mark, stay in the fire. This is just demolition day. See, around the 12 to 14 hour mark of a fast, your body does something amazing. It starts a process called lipolysis. This is where your body finally gains access to your fat stores. For most people, they have enough fat stores to last for 30 to 40 days, yet they feel starving after just 3 hours. That's not hunger, that's just an insulin crash. By week 3, Mark was a different person. He went back to the doctor and his growth hormone levels had spiked significantly. Did you know that in a study by the University of Virginia, researchers found that a 24-hour fast increased growth hormone by 2,000% in men? 2,000%. That is your body's natural fountain of youth. It protects your muscles and burns your fat while you're just sitting on the couch. And then there's autophagy. This is a Nobel Prize-winning concept from 2016. It's your body's way of spring cleaning. Imagine a professional cleaning crew that only comes to your house when you're away. They find the junk proteins, the stuff that causes aging, and they recycle them. Research shows that autophagy usually peaks around the 16 to 18 hour mark. If you never wait that long to eat, your house never gets cleaned. You're living in cellular clutter. There is a testosterone thief hiding in many of us. It's called aromatase. It's an enzyme that lives in belly fat, and what it does is truly mean. It takes your precious testosterone and converts it to estrogen. Studies show that men with higher body fat percentages have significantly more aromatase activity. It's like a leak in a dam, but as you fast and as that visceral fat starts to melt away, you're basically plugging that leak. I know it sounds hard. We live in a world that is designed to keep us eating, but remember, hunger is not an emergency. It's just a wave in the ocean. It peaks, usually triggered by a hormone called ghrelin, and then it disappears after about 20 minutes. If you can sit with that feeling, you build something called self-mastery. Studies on metabolic flexibility show that people who can switch between burning sugar and burning fat have 40% more steady energy throughout the day. No more 2 p.m. crashes, no more brain fog, just steady, relentless focus. So, how do we start? We don't need to be perfect, just try the 16 and 8 rule. Fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window. Drink your black coffee, drink your tea, and stay hydrated. Notice the moment when the hunger turns into focus. That is your hunter brain turning on. I want you to imagine yourself 10 years from now. Most men are on a slow decline. Their testosterone drops by 1% every year after age 30. But you can be the outlier. You can be the one who stays sharp, lean, and dangerous because you mastered the clock. If this deep dive was helpful, if these numbers opened your eyes, please subscribe and join our community. Share this with a friend who is always tired. Let's help each other wake up. You aren't just changing your diet, you are reclaiming your sovereignty. I'll see you in the next deep dive. Stay focused and stay wonderful. I'm Tracy.